Take your marks.
Listen to the crowd. This is a remarkable performance.
A world record, Medley. Have you ever seen anything like it?
He can't believe it, but it just happened.
Hello and welcome to About Last Night, Budapest edition here in beautiful Duna Arena. It was day 5 of action, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you, I am shooketh. It was one of the biggest nights of racing we have had, and joining me to run through it is, of course, the incredible Elizabeth Beisel, and a man you have been hearing a lot from, the incredible Bobby Hurley. Bobby, welcome to the show.
Thank you. First time on About Last Night, so looking forward to going through the action.
Well, I know we're super happy to have you. And speaking of the action, let's get into it. Let's dive right in because it was packed. Let's start with that men's 50m freestyle semi-final. Jordan Crooks.
99. Period. That's all you need to know. First man under 20 seconds ever. Bobby, you're calling that race. How do you even put that into words?
Just absolute mic drop from Jordan Crooks there. He was out so fast, 9.55 to the 25, so I knew after watching this morning's swim that he was on track to break the world record and potentially get under 20 seconds. But he just blew away that field. Just the scenes, the way it looks, he's so powerful, and it's really great to see him fulfilling his potential. And the first man under 20 seconds. The really good thing on the feed was every athlete in the athlete stand stood up and applauded that race, because breaking 20 seconds for the first time is absolutely iconic. And of course, the Caleb Dressel world record.
Yeah. I mean, it was insane to watch, and I was going to mention the swimmers, so I'm glad you did, because I think they get it more than, just your average viewer. They understood what had happened. The first man to look up and see 19 seconds on that board is history. It's not just a world record, it's like under a number that people have been chasing forever.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, we should see the Cayman put a 4x50 free relay together, because he's the fastest man in the world by almost a full second now.
Yeah.
And sub 20 seconds, again, the athletes respect it. And we've seen so many world records at this pool. Crooks almost got the 100 freestyle on the earlier, in a few days ago in the heats, and swam slower from semis to finals. So I think deep down he really wanted to prove to himself as well that not only can he improve in a nighttime swim, lane 4 in a semi, but be that first man to get under 20.
And you say that it was a semi, right? So we saw him do it in the heats, we saw him do it in the semis. He has another shot at it tomorrow, and I don't know what he's got left in the tank, but wondering if that's even going to go lower.
I think he has nothing to lose.
Yeah,
I think after tonight and the reaction within the pool area, we were able to see it live, but for all of you at home, it was one of the most... it is a barrier-breaking swim that is going to push the sport into the direction that it needs to. And I think when something like that happens, it opens the floodgates for what's possible. Now we are humans swimming under 20 seconds, short course meters.
Well,
he is.
Not us.
He is. We tried.
What do you mean?
I mean,
you're right. We did try earlier today. We'll save that for another day.
He's got about 10 seconds on me.
Yeah.
You say that as it's literally 10 seconds. But you say that, pushing the sport. We're seeing a lot of that happen this week. And that was just one of those things that I think people are going to remember. And that is what people are going to be looking at, everything he did. Because it's in a 50, right? So everything has to come together. What he got right, what he got perfect to be able to break that barrier.
Well, tomorrow night he'll get clean water. We know Crooks is good when he's out with a big lead, which he gets in the 50, not so much in the 100. So he'll lead through that first 25. And we saw in the semifinals tonight, 20.6, and he's a body length behind. They're at his feet going 20.6, which is good enough to essentially win most other world championships. So why not? Why don't we see a 19.8, maybe something quicker? The drop you made from heats to semis was also 0.18.
Yeah.
We're not talking hundredths here, we're talking tenths of a second. It's monumental from Jordan Crooks.
Speaking of Jordan, we caught up with him after his semi-final, and he had a lot to say, so let's take a look.
We had so many like pure moments tonight, and I mean, for that to happen, incredible. And then on the women's side, Gretchen Walsh, again, 50 freestyle world record. Every time she touches water, I swear she is breaking a world record. I saw her after her 50 free, which was her last individual of last night, and I was like, Gretchen, like, the math isn't mathing for me. I don't understand what's happening. She's like, honestly, I don't either. Like, Bobby, have you ever had a meet where you're doing so well, you're like, what's happening? Why am I so good right now? Like, do you understand that feeling?
Not over 6 days,
Yeah.
you know, or 5 days.
Or like eight world records.
And we're talking like heats and semis and finals. And the other thing to remember, 8 world records now for Gretchen individually, but she missed the world record by 0.1 on 3 other occasions, whether that be a heat, semi, or final. Again, so versatile in so many events. We've just never seen a female with that sort of athleticism and power and so skillful. And again, she's made a shift after the Olympics. She's gotten better post-Paris, Olympic silver as well. Really excited to see what she can do in that 50 freestyle final tomorrow. You would have to back her to break the world record again. And then, again, like you said, she's on a roll. Just keep racing. Find a meet somewhere and keep going. Find a long course meet in the first week of January and see what you can do.
Truly, don't ever stop.
Absolutely. And we don't want you to stop because I love watching it. And, you know, they sort of say that thing we're talking about her breaking it, heat, semis, finals. It's like, as an athlete, you want to be like good, better, best, right? And her good is a world record. And then her better is a world record. And then her best. Like, she's following that plan, but it's just all the fastest it's ever been.
And I think she's having so much fun doing it. You know, like we've been talking all week about short course meters, and especially for the Americans, we never swim it. And I think, I mean, the 100 fly, which we'll get to, she had never swum until 2 days ago. The first time she ever swam an event, she was the fastest female human to do it. Like, are you kidding me?
I know.
Like,
Mind's blown.
just a world record, and then again and again. And so I think I don't want to take for granted what she's doing, because I feel like sometimes, you know, world record after world record, maybe we lose appreciation for it. But this is something we will be talking about forever.
Absolutely.
No, definitely
Like, have
not.
you seen any meet like this?
No, she's breaking more world records than Phelps in Melbourne, Thorpe in Fukuoka, again, Phelps in Beijing or Spitz. 8 in 5 days. And in the 100 fly, again, we're not talking tenths of a second. She's 1.3 seconds ahead of Maggie McNeil's world record right now in that event. In the 100 IM, she's 1.5 seconds better than Katinka. Like, those people who are in those races, competing with those great athletes, Olympic champions in their own right, cannot fathom how much further ahead she must be. So, one, those world records are going to stand a long time. Only Gretchen Walsh is capable of breaking that. And we're coming into an Olympic cycle that's going to end up in LA, in the US. I think she's going to dominate for the next 4 years.
And speaking of the 100 fly, Noe Ponti as well for Switzerland got his 3rd individual world title this week, and he broke Caleb Dressel's record. He was so emotional after that race, and I was so proud of him as well. You know, we have been this week because he's always there. He's always been in the mix, and this season, this short course season, he's really found himself and he's found his place. And we were discussing the confidence that that's got to give you to come out of a race and go, I'm faster than Caleb Dressel.
Yeah, I think on the men's side, Ponti's easily the breakout star. You know, you mentioned Paris, somewhat of a disappointment to not come away with medals in the 100 and 200. He's focusing on those shorter events, and his underwater kicking is unbelievable. When we saw them race on the World Cup Tour, he was beating Marchand underwater in some of those events. So it's really good to see a new star generated from Europe, from Switzerland, and again, bouncing back from a campaign at Paris, which he didn't get what he wanted, relaxed and happy, and he's clearly the world's best swimmer right now. So Caleb Dressel actually lost both of his individual world records. I really hope that fires him up, because I'd love to see a race of Dressel and Crooks, Dressel and Ponti, and that's what's going to get the best out of the world's fastest athletes.
And Nick Hope was in the mix zone and was able to catch up with Noe Ponti after his swim, and this is what he had to say. And then, of course, we had Summer McIntosh, 3 for 3 in world record swims, world championship title swims. And this one, I mean, I hold it close to my heart because I was a 400 IMer. That was my event. And for her to break Mireia Belmonte Garcia's world record by 3.5 seconds. And here's the thing. We've been seeing world record after world record. Typically, it's rare. At this meet, for whatever reason, it's not. But we are not seeing world records by 3.5 seconds. Like,
Anywhere.
body lengths ahead of an iconic swim. And so, Bobby, I would love your take on, you're so good at reading the technicalities of a swimmer. Why do you think she is so good? Like, what about her allows her to go 4:15 in a 400 IM?
That I can't explain.
That's a freestyle time. I'm sorry, like that's a freestyle time.
A normal 18-year-old girl would be pretty happy with a 4:15, 400 freestyle, but it looked like she sprinted from start to finish. She was out 57.3. The 55 got a medal in the 100 fly final tonight. She was out 57.3 through the first quarter of this race. Her breaststrokes really improved. Skillfully, she's world class, of course, and we know how good of a freestyler is. I think this is just like the perfect recipe of a female 400 IMer with a big aerobic base. She loves training. She took a short break after the Olympics, wanted to get back into the water. And that's what I'm most excited about is we're going to get another Olympic cycle of peak Summer McIntosh. She's so young. She loves the sport. She loves training. She loves her coach, Brent Ackery. And the results are showing right now when most people who are coming off 3 Olympic gold medals are probably on holiday somewhere, really enjoying themselves.
Totally.
Summer's here doing what she enjoys, and that's swimming fast in front of the world and breaking world records.
Yeah, and we were sort of saying that as well. She comes out, and even in her answers for someone so young, she's so meticulous and she's so about the process and she's so sort of like, and understands exactly what she's got to do and what she's got to deliver. And you say it looked like a sprint at that start. She, in the interview to you afterwards, was like, I have a tendency to go out fast, so I was holding a little bit back in the front half of it.
Which is even scarier.
Crazy.
Because there's more in the
There's
tank.
more.
Like, what are we looking at, 412 next year? Probably.
I
don't
hope
know.
so.
But yeah, I just have so much respect for her. And she's the breed of swimmer that, kind of like you were saying, Bobby, she's not afraid to train. She's not afraid to put in the work. And we're living in a world where the sprint events are a little bit more sexy, and I don't blame people for wanting to do that. But she is kind of taking this like bull by the horns and swimming the 4 free, the 2 IM, the 4 IM, like the 8 free. And it's cool to see that breed isn't completely dying away.
Absolutely. She's a rock star. Do you know what I mean?
She is, and she's
She
only
is.
18, you guys.
Absolutely. Tough event rock star, And speaking of long events, we had the men's 800 meter freestyle tonight. As if tonight couldn't get any better, we had Hungary's first world champion of the week.
Yeah, Zalan Sarkany. I mean, to do that in front of a home crowd is probably going to be one of the best swimming moments of his life. Can you put into words what that means for a swimmer to do something iconic in front of a home crowd?
Yeah, the crowd was so loud tonight for that race, and I think he had a purpose tactic to go out fast through that first 400 meters. And like you said, if I die, I die, but at least I'm going to get the energy from the crowd. We're going to call him the Hungarian Shark, I think. That's a good
I
nickname.
love this,
it.
yes.
Let's keep it.
Yes.
Yeah, world champion. And again, also the reaction, the emotion, the excitement, he really couldn't contain it. He could share it with not only the fans, but his teammates and his coach as well. Unforgettable night for Zalan.
I think we had tears in our eyes, John.
Definitely. I had full body chills. The roar that was here in Duna Arena for that performance. And you know what was wonderful is when he got out and you said, we were sort of chatting before you went into the interview, and he was like, I don't actually know how it did it. Like he went into his race plan and he went,
I can't believe it.
Yeah, like I can't believe this has happened.
And I mean, that's like a pure, like the stars are aligning moment where you are peaking at a home world championships in front of a crowd of 5,000 screaming Hungarians. Like, it was so loud and so incredible. And I mean, it was an honor to watch that swim.
He is on his way to a gold medal. He gets it, and the crowd get it big time. Jawadi in second place, Tutulio third. But it's Zalan Sarkany who is the king at the moment.
What a fantastic swim there. A breakout world championship gold medal for Zalan Sarkany.
I think I truly believe that the crowd helped him a lot in that swim.
Definitely.
I don't think he would have had that swim had this event been in America.
Yes.
You know, somewhere else. Like, it was just, you could see him react to the crowd almost in his race.
Well, we can joke about the pool being short, and I don't want to joke too much about it because people might actually believe that that's true, but it's getting measured every night after the world records. But the production and the event here is really what's spurring on the swimmers. Not only do they love coming to Budapest, again, the hotels are good, the food is good, the crowd's amazing, the swim down pool is so close, everything is so accessible, and the swimmers are rewarding us. Like, we should have the World Short Course Champs in Budapest in December every year.
I'm not mad about that. Then, of course, we had our winner of our men's 400-meter individual medley for neutral athletes was Ilya Borodin. And, of course, our mixed 4x100-meter medley relay was also team neutral athletes. An honorable mention there going to Reagan Smith from the USA. Broke what would be a world record time. It's a world best time in that first leg of that relay, but it doesn't count because, of course, it was a mixed relay.
Yeah, unfortunate for Reagan there. She really wanted that bonus prize money, didn't she? But 54.19, it'll be recognised as a world best time, but any lead-off swim in a mixed relay is not accounted as an official swim when you have males and females in the water at the same time.
But it's great for us to watch.
He hasn't got much time left. It's the neutrals in front. I think Alexei, the United States, who gets there? The neutrals.
It was a fantastic penultimate night of racing, and we've still got one more day to come. Lucky us. So, Baisal, what's up for the last day?
On our last night of finals, day 6, we have the women's 50 free, the men's 50 free, the women's 50 breaststroke, the men's 50 breaststroke, the women's 200 meter backstroke, the men's 200 meter backstroke, the women's 200 meter free, the men's 200 free, the women's 4x100 medley relay, and the men's 4x100 medley relay. Guys, that is 10 finals.
10 new world champions being crowned tomorrow. Bobby, any more records?
Plenty of world records tomorrow night. In the 8 individual finals, 7 of them contain the current world record holder. We're talking Walsh and Crooks, Medley, who hasn't got a name on the board here yet as well, Reagan Smith, Luke Hobson in the men's 200 freestyle. Has he been sort of underrated this week after his performances? So, yeah, it's going to light up again tomorrow night.
We're going to go out with a bang.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And we'll see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been awesome having you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give us a follow across all of our social medias at World Aquatics. Make sure you're tuning in tomorrow night for the last night of action. It's going to be a big one. From Elizabeth, myself, and Bobby Hurley, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.